It's classically black on the track.
Bust down, Bakiana.
Bust down, Bakiana. Hey. Shout out to JS Bach, JC, CPE, all of y'all. Hey, let's go. Bust down, Bakiana.
Bust down, Bakiana.
I want to see you bust down. Write a few. We know that thing slap.
That thing slap.
Counterpoint. Yeah, you perfected that. Caught a few. Prelude. Sarah. Bomb. Bust it down on the gang.
Bust down, Bakiana.
Bust down, Bakiana.
I want to see you bust down. Write a few. We know that thing slap. Counterpoint. Yeah, you perfected that. Bust it.
Bust down.
Bust it. Bust it. Bust it. Bust down on the game. Welcome to the show, Podcastiana.
Hey.
All music revealed to Rihanna. Well, nah, not no Wagner Rihanna. And definitely not no Debussy Rihanna.
Nope. Ew.
It's Katie and Delaney. Podcasting queens. We make SoundCloud go crazy. Stepped on the scene. Price. Dvorak. Black girls. Classical music. Yeah, that's classically black.
Your teacher told you practice, Iana.
Do your
Third,
scales.
6, and that can share though, Iana.
Walton.
Slay Mozart for that audition, Iana. Baya, on that panel, Iana.
Black musicians, yeah, we taking this thing back. Less than 4%, nah, we changing that. Brown faces pulling up to your orchestra.
Hey.
Snatch your edges for the culture, yeah, we told ya.
We making a difference, Iana. Black people, yeah, we play that back, Iana. So get your money and your tickets, Iana. The Met Kodak Hall, we taking over, Rihanna. Hey, bust down, Bakiana.
Bust down, Bakiana.
I want to see you bust down. Write a few. We know that thing slap.
That thing slap.
Counterpoint, yeah, you perfected that.
Toccata,
Bugle, Prelude, Sarah, Bomb, bust it down on the gang.
Bust down, Bakiana.
Bust down, Bakiana.
Hey, I want to see you bust down. Write a few. We know that thing slap. Counterpoint, yeah, you perfected that. Bust it.
Bust down.
Bust it. Bust it. Bust it. Bust down on the gang. Hey y'all, it's Delaney.
And it's Katie, and this is Classically Black Podcast.
Where we talk all things classical music and being black in the profession.
With Blueface Baby playing in the background.
Bust down,
Bakiana.
Ooh, Chile.
If this is the last time we talk to you, we completely understand. However, this week we're talking about things that are in trend, talking about news and stuff. So we thought it would be appropriate to do what's in trend right now. Everybody remixing.
Everybody.
Tatiana, what's your favorite Tatiana remix?
I feel like mine is YG's, but also that I feel like that's the first one I listened to. So I don't know, but I also really like Young Amaze.
Yeah, Young Amaze is certainly my favorite. I want to like Cardi B's, but it's too much like
it's very vulgar.
And Cardi B is not a PG rapper. I completely understand that, but it's like it's a lot. Even for me, I would even listening to it the first time. I was like, "You good, sis?" Like,
right. And you know what? It's weird though because I listened to Young Amaze, and Young Amaze has quite a few things in it as well. But I don't know, something about maybe it's combined with like the video and everything of Cardi's. I just don't. It's a bit much for me.
So for those of you who are completely lost, so Tatiana, which I don't even know what that's supposed to be. A little thought, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be like a play on Tatiana and then like calling her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like the rapper Blueface Baby, who used to be Delaney's favorite. He
wasn't my favorite rapper. I just thought he had potential.
Yeah.
Like face wise. Because he has a really nice looking face. He covered it with terrible tattoos, which
I still don't understand the fascination with that.
You look dumb. But anyway, yeah.
He wrote a song called Tatiana and everyone's been remixing it. And actually, if you look up Tatiana, like it's hard to find his original because everyone like Nicki Minaj, who I didn't mind her remix. I thought it was okay. But Young Amaze has to be good if I think Young Amaze is better than Cardi's.
Young Amaze, Cardi B, Designer.
I haven't heard Designers.
I heard it on Instagram and he was doing the dance and he was doing it terribly. But
I'm surprised Designer's still alive. Not like I'm surprised he's not dead. Just like I haven't heard him since Panda.
Me neither. Like that's when I saw it come up. I was like, oh, Designer. Designer's like my age.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's like my age. I think he was. He might have been 19 when Panda came out, so he's a little bit older than me.
Because Panda was 2016.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe 2015.
Okay.
End of 2015, 2016.
You know what? I remember that because at grad night, I was a senior in high school so it was 2016.
Yeah, because it was popular when I was teaching public school.
So I think he was 18 probably then. So he's around my age, maybe a year older than me.
Yeah. But everyone's been remixing it, so we like, you might could too.
I mean, bust down, Bakiana. That's what you want.
So let us know what you think about it. We'd love to hear it, what you think. All
right. Well, before we move on to the news, I just want to ask you, are you excited, sister?
About
the reunion?
The reunion?
The Joe Bros.
Girl, what's the news this week?
You're not excited that the Joe Bros are getting back together?
Not really.
Are you kidding?
I heard via other news because I get most of my news from the Shade Room. Mm-hmm. And the Shade Room, no post about the Jonas Brothers.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So, I ain't feeling no type of way. I can't even remember. Oh,
you were in high school then when Jonas Brothers were at their peak. Yeah, because I was in middle school, and so everybody's like, "I want Nick. Nick is mine. Yuck. I want Joe." What you mean?
Yeah. So I remember the only song I can remember from them, like you said, "I've been to the year 3000."
But Love Bug, Burning Up.
Oh yeah, Burning Up.
Burning Up was big.
I can't sing Burning Up.
Burning Up was. I'm excited. I mean, I won't be going to a concert or anything if they have one, but also Nick glowed up. Now he's the front man.
So beautiful.
Listen, my friend asked me, "Is it one white boy that you would risk it all for?" I said, "It'd have to be Nick Jonas." I'm excited.
One out of all the white boys, that's the one you will risk it all for.
I think so. I can't really think of another one.
Yeah, I mean, like risk it all
because he's unproblematic.
Yeah, for now.
You know, yeah.
So, I'm not risking it all for anybody's.
But like, as just like as a figure of speech, I was like, yeah, Nick Jonas, he the one. I'm excited.
I'm glad you're excited.
We're going to a concert?
You just said you weren't going to a concert.
Well, I mean,
no, I'm not.
It's on me.
Yeah, right. Let's move on. All right, y'all. So as you can tell from the title of the episode called Trending Now, we are going to spend this week talking about news that we have archived, but we weren't able to get to. So it's going to be a whole episode full of news and some more surprises, more than what you already had. So buckle up. Get ready for the trash. It's not trash.
What?
It's not trash. Well, it's not all trash.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's some trifling things. You already know we better talk about the trash.
No, I cannot wait for that. Let's go, baby girl.
That has been circulating.
I know, right?
The Shade Room might post it soon.
Can you imagine? You scrolling right next to a post about 21 Savage?
I feel like 95% of their following will be like, what is this?
And they'll be like, the comments,
because it's such an obscure story too. Not even just the fact that it's from the Strad, but just like an obscure story. South Korean violin competition. They have competitions for violin
in South Korea. And the comment sections be brutal. So they be like, slow news day today, y'all. Like y'all ain't got nothing about. The Kardashians ain't do nothing y'all can talk about. Ooh, Chile.
Oh my goodness. So
let's jump in.
Right. So first piece of news, I'm sure so many people have heard that Andre Previn recently passed away at the age of 89 on Thursday, February 28th. He was at home, hopefully with his family. But
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So if y'all don't know, I mean, he's an incredibly famous composer and pianist, and some notable things he's done throughout his life. He was the music director of the Houston and Pittsburgh Symphonies and the Los Angeles Philharmonic. And he was the principal conductor of the London Symphony and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestras. He also won 4 Oscars for his film work and 10 Grammys for his film, jazz, and classical recordings.
10?
Right. And he also got the Lifetime Achievement Prize from the Grammys in 2009. And he was also awarded with the Kennedy Center Honor in 1998. Come on, 1998, stand up. Birth year. Girl.
I was a full-grown adult. I was playing.
You were?
I mean, I was 5.
Okay. Now you got listeners telling their 5-year-olds, time for you to get a job.
Can you imagine? Here's an application. They do it in crayon.
You said crayon?
Yeah. What?
You're not even from the South. Say it again.
What are you talking about?
Say it again.
A crayon.
Oh, okay. That time was different.
A crayon. I use
You know
both.
what you're doing.
No, I use both.
What you mean both? One of them is a word and one of them's not.
A crayon?
Berry? When I tell you, okay, so I went to Eastman Music Festival last summer, and this one dude, we were talking and whatever, and he was saying that him and his mom, I think, dressed up as crayons for Halloween, and he was talking and I had him repeat the sentence over and over again because I had never heard anybody say crayon before. So I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure I say, because when you question me, you were like, a what? And then what happened was, I wasn't trying to be fake. A box of crayons came up in my mind. I'm like, a crayon. And then but I say crayon.
When he said crayon, I was like, what is he saying? Like, I had never heard anybody say it, so I wasn't trolling him. I was trolling you, but I wasn't trolling him. And so we went, and this one girl, she was like, I was waiting for you to realize that he was saying crayon. And I was like, a crayon?
But you really say crayon? You walk around saying crayon?
I mean, I don't be like crayon. Like, I don't stress it. Like, crayon.
That sounds more ratchet to me than crayon.
I'm not ratchet. I don't think that crayon sounds ratchet.
It's just crayon?
I don't think that crayon sounds ratchet. I think that it's just not what it's called.
Like a crayon. Now we think about that for no reason. A crayon.
We should do a whole episode. How you pronounce this word?
No. It's crayon.
That time you pronounce the Y. But some people be like crayon. I'm like, this crayon. Yeah. Crayon grape, crayon juice, cranberry.
Crayon apple juice. Yeah, you can have crayon. You can have a blue crayon. You can have crayon apple. Which one you want?
All right.
Yeah, my friend says pen for pen. It's wild.
What'd she say?
People say anything. Pen. For PEN is PIN.
How do you say pen?
I say pen.
Pan?
I say pen.
Pen? Oh, I think I say pen.
You say pen?
It's a pen.
It's a pen. PEN.
But that
pen.
That is so minute. Like, what you're saying to me is so minute. You're halfway between pen and pan. And it's so small that, like, I just don't even, like, I can kind of hear it. Pen.
I can't believe you say pen.
That's what it is.
It's a pen.
A pen.
Yes. There you go.
All right. Can you pass me that pen?
If y'all could see the way her freaking face look, all the what's these things in your neck frowning up?
Because that's how you do that. A pen.
A pen.
A pen.
Pass me a pen.
A pen.
Not a pin. My friend Maggie says pin. Like
I get flack for saying monster.
Cheese?
Nope.
Like Mucinex?
Yep. Mucinex Monster.
Okay, we're moving on. You should get flack for that. You should get everything in the world. And you come from me for crayon? Monster.
I know.
Oh, monster. But you're not going to come from me talking about, because the English language don't make no sense anyhow, so. That is true. That is true. People be looking at us like, so this is what y'all dealing with?
And I did say, I'm not even going to say the other word because I was just straight up pronouncing it wrong. But also, I don't know.
What is it, sister?
It's embarrassing.
Oh, okay. You can tell me. That's the other episode.
But I know that Munster, like, I don't know.
Munster? There's Munster cheese. You can't do that.
Munster?
I don't know. No, but I've heard you say Mucinex Monster.
Maybe it depends. I feel like so many things depend on, like, where you're from and the way. Because even when I hear myself talking on a podcast, I'm like,
Really, that sounds the same to me.
I mean, my voice doesn't sound different, but, like, when I hear myself talk for extended amount of time, I can hear like just the difference in my voice and your voice. Like, you could tell, not that we have accents, but like a little bit, like, I
mean, also I say words differently because, I have a Jamaican upbringing, so I'll be saying whatever sometimes. Because some words
But I'm interested in that kind of stuff. That's why when you be like, people say things differently, Delaney. I'm like, I'm not even calling you. I'm just like, that's interesting.
Like Jamaican's pomegranates. It's a whole word.
Or what do you say? There's another word that you say.
Shucks, I can't remember. You looked at me crazy.
It was so. Oh dang! Now it's gonna bother me.
Dang, we gotta go back. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
But sometimes, and like I know it's like whatever. That's how Jamaica say it, and I say it anyway. I mean, I wouldn't say pomegranate at the grocery store looking for a pomegranate. But Jamaica's cucumber. I'm like, that's not how you say it. Cucumber. Jamaicans are so extra. Shout out to the Jamaicans.
Viola and Bass.
We're moving on. Rest in peace.
Where did all this come from?
Cause I said something about being 5 years old.
Oh yeah.
I was like writing with crayon.
And we just took that and ran with it. But I love words. So
crayon. I'm not gonna start saying crayon. My mouth all crayon, all elongated for what?
Meanwhile, you have me saying pen.
Because who says pen? It's pen. A pen is like a stick pen.
Different. You don't hear how minute that is.
It is, but it's bothersome. A stick pen, I write with a pen.
I mean, yeah, I acknowledge that. I'm just saying. This is how I say the word.
Okay, Munster pen.
Yep. Yeah, that could be a combination of things. You'll never know if I'm saying it.
Monster pen that I write with a crayon. Crayon. All right. From Munster.
With a cucumber.
From Munster.
You know how you say banana?
Pomegranates.
All right. That's gonna be our last thing before we move on to the next story.
This has been like at least 20 minutes.
You know how you say banana in Japanese?
How?
Banana.
Why are you so tickled? That's not like how you say pineapple in French. I don't know. And they say banana.
Thought that was interesting. Anyway,
let's move on.
Right, it's went on for way too long. Okay, that's transforming into a linguistics podcast.
You'll be like, listen, y'all already been pushing it.
Linguistically Black podcast.
Pin, pin, pin.
Pin, pin, pan, pan, pan. All right, so recently a man named Morris Robinson went public about the South Florida Symphony failing to pay his friends for a production that they recently did of Porgy and Bess, which is an all-black opera. And he called on the orchestra to stop mistreating black performers. So basically, they did this all-black opera.
You already in Florida. Y'all should have been Indiana, Florida, Mississippi, no shade. Y'all should have been on your P's and Q's.
So basically, these performers got to the end of that performance, and of course, where's my check at? And no check to be found. So
feeling I've felt before, but I won't say too much.
Start going to no, I'm just kidding.
Shout out to the people who know what I'm talking about.
Coincidentally, that's our next story. No, I'm just kidding.
Could you? I ain't that messy. I'm messy, but I ain't that messy.
So he explicitly called on them, saying stop mistreating black performers. And people love to be like, y'all make everything about race, and
this country was founded on racism. It is about race. Go to a different country.
Right. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, I'm just saying that it's worth noting that I haven't heard anything about this orchestra having issues paying anyone else until y'all put on an all-black opera.
You can't possibly think that like people aren't gonna put stuff together and be like, what's the only thing else that it could be? You know what I'm saying? Like that's ridiculous. So because someone took to Facebook, his name is Helmut Camille Fisher. Look, when you show me this comment, like he low-key problematic because he always be in the comments talking out his neck.
For real?
Yeah, I've seen him before. Yeah.
Wow, he one of them. Well, apparently he's an artist manager. Ain't
managing black people.
Right.
I hope not.
I mean, if he is, then y'all not getting paid because he obviously don't care. But he commented on this story and said, "Black racists."
Stop there. Racism is a
wet fire.
Black people cannot be racist. We can be prejudiced. Black people can be hateful. Black people can be ignorant, but we cannot be racist. It's literally about power. Y'all took us from where we were and said, "Come here and work for free." Oh, y'all are so loud. Oh my God. I want to go. I'm ready to. I just can't. I don't want to talk about this no more. Let's go.
Sister.
I'm going to bed.
Sister, that was only it's only the first 2 words of his wonderful message.
Oh my God. Because people really think that black people could be racist. Black racism. What's the other one? Reverse racism. Oh, that's a great one. Oh, I love that one. I should get that on a t-shirt.
Reverse racism.
Y'all are pathetic.
This ain't no boomerang. No, y'all.
Ugh. Black race.
oh my goodness, this is just bringing me back to the days of Facebook arguments and that sort of thing, when I entertained that sort of stuff.
Oh girl, you had now time
I was not doing anything. Yeah. I was in high school, middle school, high school, early high school, because I stopped entertaining that probably when I was halfway through high school, because now I just log off, because why? Who has the time to be mad over nothing? Like, I mean, not to be mad over nothing, but people who are nothing to me in my life, you know? But this is just bringing back all kind of memories from that I thought I had suppressed. But anyway, back to Black racists. I didn't know we were doing fairy tales this episode. Unicorns, centaurs.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Bigfoot.
Bagadum, bagadum. We should have had this playing in the background.
Is that?
Shout out to Schumann. Yeah, that's fairy tales.
Fantasy. You're annoying.
That piece goes.
It does. Wait, but that's Market Builder.
Ain't that what it is? Isn't that what it translates to?
Market Builder and Fantasy Stuck, I think, are two different pieces, but they're both lit.
Wait, hold on. Now it's gonna drive me crazy.
Cause
I thought Market Builder translates to
oh, maybe it does, but I just know that he also has a Fantasy Stuck.
Here's my Eastman education working for me. You imagine? Tell me what it means. Yeah, fairy tale pictures.
Oh, okay.
Woo, Chile. I was so nervous, and it's a viola piece. now, Mr. Taylor, I heard that you were talking about your name.
I just thought you was talking about the Fantasy Stuck because it works for either piece.
And I messed up because at first I sang a different piece by Schumann, but then
that's the one you sang.
No, I sang this other horn thing.
Oh, yeah.
No, his Adagio and Allegro is what I sang first.
Oh.
And then I was like...
Why did I recognize it then?
Because it was on this episode. It was on the show.
Oh.
But then I sang... And the second time when he goes...
I'm telling you, this album is coming.
Could you imagine?
Viola pieces, excerpts, what you want?
Right. I could say, I was working on Hoffner. I was like, I feel like we've done this excerpt before. It's like, we get it. You like Hoffner. You see how steady that is, y'all? Like, we getting the job.
Listen, if you ask for the first movement, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I ain't even gonna lie, I really like the second movement, the fourth movement. That little thing is fun to play. My name is Katie. Yes, my name is Katie.
Meanwhile, you was just talking to me about it.
But I could play it now.
Exactly, but you could play it now. Meanwhile, I'm still back in the club of people who can't.
So I figured out it's some bull junk and like making sure I don't.
I'm glad you cracked the code. Makes one of us.
Okay, tomorrow my fingers look like feel like salami again. Salami fingers.
Wow. All right.
What does that even mean?
People are probably like, what did he say? Because
I stopped you a black race.
You stopped me at the first two words, and then we went off on some crazy.
It's late,
tangent.
y'all, so I'm ready for bed.
All right, so black racists and victim mongers whining again and reducing everything to skin color. So boring. Sad face. Now that's the first half of his message, but let's stop there. Victim mongers whining again. They literally are victims. They did work and were not paid for it.
Those blacks complain.
Whining again. If there's anything to whine about, they should whine about it.
Especially you're a professional musician and you're used to. A lot of my friends, some of us have been in situations where we haven't gotten paid, and they always are like, when I play with orchestras, that check is on the stand the first rehearsal. Period. Mm-hmm. So now you do a whole thing, and you know what? It's probably what it was. It's like you get there and they're like, yeah, you're supposed to get your check, and they keep finessing through the week, like, yeah, like we have to figure it out, but you gonna get it or whatever. You do first of all, I'm not playing the concert if I haven't gotten a check, and that's period. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I'm like, I'm not going back on stage after the break. I'm like, I'm not going back on stage until I have my check. Mm-hmm. Like ain't nobody playing for free. This ain't school. Right. This ain't no. What did Sierra say? Benefit concert. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let's go.
And he said, of course, not getting paid in a timely manner is a nuisance. But what on earth does this have to do with ethnicity?
If you just read the article,
because people undervalue the work because they're like, well, we used to get this for free, so we don't have to pay y'all.
Right. And also, ethnicity and race aren't the same thing. Y'all are so dumb and loud. Pick one.
Now, I bet you next comment, this has nothing to do with nationality.
Oh my God, what a moron.
Moral of the story is, if you don't know what you're talking about, first of all, sit down.
Exactly.
And second of all, people are allowed to voice their opinions about about people who have done them wrong.
And also, like, if we believe it's racist, and it is, like, flat out, like, we're not gonna just stand by and be like, oh, well, if we complain, they're gonna think we just pulling the race card. But I'm like, yes, like, especially in this situation, it's an all black cast.
We could pull the race card because y'all dealt it. So
exactly.
Shouldn't have put it in the pile. Want to be mad at somebody? Be mad at your great Meemaw. It's on her.
And your uncle and them who thought they were superior. Thoughts. Let's move on before we get in trouble.
Well, but just the last update. So this is, a little bit ago, and the performers have since been paid, and they were paid like 2 weeks late. So
can you imagine you counting that money? And I remember one time I did a festival and I didn't get paid on time, and my friend was like, well, you shouldn't have been counting on the money. I'm like, when you go to your job and you get paid every 2 weeks and you count on that, that's what I'm doing.
Exactly. That doesn't even make sense.
It's contractual.
What do you mean counting? I'm counting. I'm not counting. This is literally factored. This is the money that I'm making. Why would I go and do something and work and not count on getting the money?
That doesn't make sense. I'm not waiting for bills to fall out the sky. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's like the thing with like people who are outside of the field who don't really understand what we do. We're not just doing this for fun. Like, people are working. Like, right. I went to a festival, signed a contract, expecting to get paid. So I'm expecting my money.
That doesn't make any sense.
Just like you expect your money from your job.
Exactly.
Okay, so go to your job and work for free. And be like, we got something going on with the banks. And
right.
You're not going to be able to get 3, 4, 5 weeks. You can do that? You can have that? Like, no, you're not doing that.
I'm going to go work here, but, I don't really need the money. I'm not counting on the money.
I like it's for fun. You sound dumb.
I'm happy. If you pay me, don't pay me. You can choose.
You can choose.
Choose your adventure. What? Are you kidding? So the orchestra released this statement saying the delay we encountered in funding was finally resolved yesterday. Right.
People complained enough.
Checks are being sent out today via mail. We sincerely apologize that there has been a 2-week delay and for any inconvenience this may have caused. Are you kidding? Well,
first of all, you're not mailing me with no check. I'm like, you giving it in my hand.
Hand delivered.
Also, we live in a PayPal, Venmo,
Cash App, Zelle,
carrier pigeon. You're not finna mail me nothing so it can get lost in the mail.
Right. Oh, the USPS. Nah, they've been doing this for years.
You are annoying.
They haven't?
Okay.
They haven't been doing it for years?
Okay, let's move on.
Well, anyway, on to people who are getting paid. Andrew Francois, who was, as you can tell, is Katie's friend.
When I tell you, I was so angry because I told you, he texted me. He was like, I ain't gonna say what he said, but he was like, basically like, okay. And I didn't pay no mind to it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do what you told me to do because like, you're Andrew, you are viola god. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm like, I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna do what you said.
Oh, you are.
Then I log on Facebook and I see thank you for your support and blah da 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 and me getting the St. Louis Symphony. I was like, I texted him. I said, you didn't tell me you was gonna be snatching edges in St. Louis while you told me to do this thing. And he was like, oh yeah, haha, thanks.
What you mean, oh yeah, haha, thanks?
He's so humble. He is so humble. You got a job. Okay. For y'all who don't know, if you're new to listening to the show, Andrew was our Black Excellence, like episode 5, maybe episode 3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Back in the day.
Okay, a smooth 7 weeks ago. And whatever. So Andrew has a huge, like, just so much success. Like, he went to Xavier. He did New World. Right now he's an LA fellowship. Yeah, LA. What's it called?
LA resident fellow.
Resident fellow.
Yeah.
So whatever, and it's like I'm not saying those aren't huge accomplishments because like you have to. The thing is like with these fellowship programs, it's like like you're narrowing it because you're asking for Black musicians, but Black musicians are really really good. So like,
and also the LA one. Not just Black and New World. Exactly. Yeah, because I think
New World's not even just Black. New World's everybody.
Yeah, and then the LA Phil one is not even just Black and Latino. It's any minority.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he out here, right? And he, whatever. But now you had a job. It's like you beat out 60+ people, then got to the final round, and they were like, "I want you. You got a job."
I couldn't even fathom that.
I don't have any concept. I'm still trying to like advance the first round. You know what I'm saying? I want to advance the first round like once. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to do that on a multiple occasions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but you first and second and third, and then final screen came down. They were like, and you. Nah, they were like, you're what? Not normal. Huh?
They were like, what?
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You're not normal. You're not. I just can't.
A job. I can't. A job.
And it's like, yeah, people win jobs all the time. That's fine. But I'm talking about Andrew.
A job. Like, this is not even just like, oh, I got a job. This is a job.
And the thing is, like, I remember I was talking to a friend. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to win an opera job. They were like, win. I'm like, yes, win. You're like fighting to the death with your viola. Like,
yeah. Yes, was it somebody who's not a musician who was like, win?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not someone who's not like, they were like, win. I'm like, yes, it's called winning a job. He won. Huzzah. Like.
Question, do you say win and when?
Okay, so anyway, as you can see, Delaney does not aspire to not be trash. So what can we possibly do? I'm just glad he's out here. I just can't even. You see how the gears in my brain are turning, but it's not computing because this is a job of caliber that like I just can't even. St. Louis Symphony, like you and.
You're not freelancing. You're not, I play in this like regional orchestra like on the side, and I also freelance on the side, and I teach a little bit. Yeah, you're not even on the sub list. You're inside of it.
In tenure. On your way to tenure.
And you're gonna be on the list when you go on
a program. It's gonna say Andrew Francois.
Just
you go
next to everybody else.
You have a locker
in a parking spot. Probably. You on tour? People, can I get your viola for you, sir? No, I'm just kidding.
You gonna have buku money.
I just need to get like him. He got some. Do you got like the rag you use to wipe down your viola? Can I have it?
Just touch the hem of my frog. And maybe
can you just, whenever you dust the rosin off your strings, you just dust it onto my face so I could maybe get something.
Andrew. And like the thing is, Andrew was like snatching edges. I'm telling you, everybody looked like they had receding hairlines when he just switched to viola. So I haven't heard him play in years. I'm scared.
Right. What does he become?
First of all, the first round they're probably like, oh, we gotta listen to more people.
Right.
Can you imagine hearing Andrew play and be like, you sound like when Target got violins now. They're like $99.
They do?
Yeah.
At Target? Mm-hmm. I've seen them at like Didi's Discounts and Family Dollar.
Yeah, so Andrew play and then your $300,000 Granary sound like that.
Where them green violins can get.
Right, with them colorful joints from Amazon. Andrew next to you. What? Man, Mazel Tov. For real. That's crazy.
Congratulations to him. And I just.
You made it. You know how long it takes to make. You made it.
And how old is he?
Andrew? He can't be 30. Oh, wait, hold on. I could tell you for real. He's about 30. Okay. Because when I was a freshman, he was doing his second. Yeah, he's like 5 years older than me. 4 or 5 years older than me.
Wow. Job security.
Like you
strapped in, secure.
Like we're dreaming of what you're doing.
That is crazy. That is great. People emailing you, Mr. Francois, can I have a lesson? Can I next thing you know, he gonna be on faculty somewhere. And,
I mean, right? You might well be.
Like
he gonna be on tour, and then it's only the sky's the limit from here. Might as well take Chicago audition too,
right?
Met
or get poached.
What?
Poached.
Poach?
Like when someone poaches you from your job is when they come to you and be like, hey, leave your job, we'll give you more money.
Oh, that ain't gonna take long.
Right.
Hit ups over there on Delaney's phone.
It's actually a classically black hit up from your friend.
Oh,
right. All right, so let's do it.
They're like, y'all can't keep this away from the mics because Delaney has no self-control.
I have no self-control. I thought I was genuinely shocked that it was my phone that vibrated. Genuinely shocked. But let's delve into intermission.
Not delve. Okay.
We can't delve? Oh, do you say delve?
You're not letting this go.
Or delve? I have to show you that video. You probably sick of me showing you video. I'm always sending you video.
I'm not, because I'll be like, Delaney. Anyway. Okay.
No, what you be like? I want to know.
What?
I want to know what you be like.
Because, like, the videos you sent me are just a true representation of yourself. They're just trifling. Trifling people send trifling videos.
That reminded me when I said delve. Reminded me, there's this video. It's actually really cool. People should check it out. Even if you don't like language stuff, it's still kind of cool. It's like if this guy, he like recreates if English was phonetically consistent.
Oh, I've seen that.
You've seen it?
I've seen one.
Okay, because he does like he'll like say all the different pronunciations of vowels and be like, okay, we're gonna pick one, and he doesn't tell you what he's doing, but as the video progresses, whatever that vowel is, he'll only pronounce it that way in the words. Wow. So like it starts like
send me that.
It's actually it's so weird. I didn't notice by like the third vowel when I was like, why is he talking like that? Like, and by the end it sounds like a different language. It's really cool. But yeah, anyway, intermission.
Okay, so as you can tell, like we said, we're doing stuff that's trending now. So I have some pop culture stories that have been floating around, and we're gonna do a little interesting take on them, inserting our favorite composers. Y'all will see what we're talking about. Okay, so the first thing, if you're like me, you're tired of hearing about this. However, we must address
sister
this Jordan Woods and Khloe Kardashian situation. I didn't watch her Red Table Talk thing, but I've gathered enough information from the Shade Room and my friend Nikki.
Right, you know I watched it. I did watch the Red Table Talk.
I mean,
I was intrigued.
You want to give us a little backstory on what, for people who don't care or have no idea what we're talking about.
So basically, Jordan Woods and Kylie Jenner best friends. Were best friends, and of course Kylie Jenner and Khloe Kardashian are sisters, and Khloe Kardashian was with her baby daddy is Tristan Thompson, who plays a sport. I don't know which one.
Hockey, golf, it don't matter to me.
Right.
Foosball.
Badminton. So badminton star Tristan Thompson was been accused of cheating on Khloe Kardashian for the gazillionth time.
Exactly, sis.
But just with Jordan Woods this time. So that's where the betrayal is coming from. So they're all mad at her rather than being mad for the dude that has literally no regard for your feelings or your child that you have together. It means nothing to him. So basically, people were claiming that they saw them together, kissing at a party, spending the night together, something like that. So Jordan went on Red Table Talk, which is a show with Jada Pinkett Smith, and was basically like telling her side of the story, because apparently she was getting like bullied online, and like her little sister couldn't go to school, and her brother couldn't go to work, and all this stuff.
Why do y'all care so much about people you don't know?
Exactly.
It's
like
exhausting.
And she was like, I gotta break my silence on this and tell my side of the story. So basically she's claiming that like he kissed her on her way out, but like,
why were you there, sis?
Right. And she was like, I take responsibility for that.
You should. You're an adult.
Right. And and the terrible part about it was that she literally talked to Khloe and Kylie about this the day after it happened, but did not mention the kiss. So I'm like, that's the main part. Like, you just added insult to injury, because it was already bad, but now it's bad.
And also, I mean, we'll get into it a little bit, but that's
the gist of it, really, because nothing is really, I feel like, the only thing that's happened after the talk is that Khloe was like, at Jordan, why you lying? You are the reason why my family broke up. I'm like, this is not the first time he's cheated on you. Exactly. You sound dumb.
And also, my question is like, your iMessage not working?
Right. You know the mess.
Like that's why everyone exactly. That's why everyone's like, this is a publicity stunt. And you told me Jordan was like, I wish I could say it. I'm just like, girl, we all they want us to tune into E. Okay, A7 Central.
And even if it's not, like, that's the reason why. Like, even if it's not, that's the reason why you said it over that, because you got Jordan's number.
Exactly.
The reason why you put it out there, like, and then you making yourself look dumb. Because sis, this has happened before. First of all, not only did he cheat on you before, he cheated on the person he was with before you, with you.
Exactly. I don't understand.
Were you thinking you were different?
Exactly.
That's where y'all slip up.
And how you get him, how you lose him, sis. You too grown for that. And now you got a kid with him.
You pushing 40, sis. You gotta grow up. She pushing 40. She's 35. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
I just don't understand. Y'all go up for these men that literally could get anybody else. Just don't. And you go to you literally take all the good crabs out. You go to the bottom of the barrel. I'm like, I want this one. Leg all broken, all green looking, got slime. I can fix him. I could change him. Meanwhile, this dude want to do is be at the bottom of the barrel and have slime easing out of his. I don't know what crabs have. That. It's like, you can't change somebody who don't want to be changed. Anyway, okay, this is not the kind of podcast. Okay, so my question to you, Delaney, is which composer do you see in Jordan Wood's situation?
Wait, as Jordan Woods?
As Jordan Woods.
Dang, that ruined my thing.
Okay, so then who are you trying to see?
I would see this situation, a situation like this, centering around Debussy.
Oh, shucks. That's dope. Oh, literally.
As Tristan Thompson.
Literally.
Yeah, because...
Well, actually, it's probably happened. Except there was no Instagram.
Exactly. No shade room.
No shade room. And there was no... I don't think there was kids involved. He had kids, but I don't think... Oh, yeah. No, it'll be exactly the same.
Yeah, like, I feel like... Especially because, like, we went over Debussy. We went over what he was all about. The wife that he left sitting at home. First of all, he cheated on Chloe while she was pregnant. So that's the wife that he left in the hospital, unable to take care of herself while he went to cheat with somebody else. This is literally Debussy. This is literally.
Oh shoot! Like literally,
watch us go there and find out his mother's maiden name Debussy.
I'm telling you, his great mom.
Right. Gotta be Tristan Debussy Thompson, badminton extraordinaire,
foosball enthusiast.
What's that one with the scoop thing? Have you seen that?
Is that shuffleboard? No,
it's like it's a thing with a handle on it, and it has like a scoop sort of thing, and you can like throw a ball like that.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, lacrosse.
No, that's a net. Lacrosse is a
girl,
net.
You know sports ball.
Yeah.
I was so proud of myself.
Sports ball.
Lacrosse.
No, it's not. I don't even think it's like a real sport. It's like a sports adjacent.
Not sport adjacent.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know about actually like being Jordan Woods in this situation. Who I would picture.
Mine's loose. So
who?
Mine is loose. Like the
comparison. I thought you meant a composer. I was like, I don't know him.
No, loose. He wrote that little thing that go. All right. Mine's a loose comparison, but when I thought of this, I thought about Shostakovich and this idea of like, because a lot of people said about Jordan, she biting the hand that fed her, because you lived in Kylie Jenner's mansion, you had the life, and you go out of all the men in Calabasas, any other one, anyone outside of Calabasas,
right?
Anyone outside of California, and out of all of them, you go like,
and you're gorgeous. Why him? You want? I'm not gonna say that it's a PG podcast, but
how
it is.
But this idea, I say Shostakovich just because, like, Shostakovich, like, he didn't bite the hand that fed him, because that's not the situation that was going on. Mm-hmm. However, Shostakovich didn't care, and he cared enough to stay alive, because, like, why would you mess with that? Right. But like, he wanted to write his own music, so he was like, all right, bet you want a little waltz, I'm making minor, you know, and I make it sound convoluted and like weird, and like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I thought of. Okay, so the next one that's trending is this Millennium Tour, this B2K reunion. So for those of you who don't know, B2K was like a R&B group back in the late 90s, early 2000s, made up of Omarion, Razby. That's not a good name. I didn't realize.
You melded it together.
Razby?
Razby.
They don't make it better.
Yeah.
Razby.
I mean, you were like Raspy. I was like that.
Raz.
Yeah, it's not a good name either way though.
Either way, Boog. How you say it? Boog. Who are these people? Lil Fizz. I know Lil Fizz, now known as Fizz. And they'll be joined by Mario, the Yin Yang Twins, Lloyd, Pretty Ricky, and Chingy.
Yin Yang Twins.
I'm like, who has
Chingy? I didn't know Chingy was gonna be there.
Who has the money for this? How y'all paying all these people?
Right, Soulja Boy said they couldn't afford him. Or what is it? Young Draco? No.
I love Soulja Boy. I don't care. I love him. I respect the hustle. Mm-hmm. Your hustle's illegal, but it's not as illegal as like drugs. It could be more illegal. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're getting all together. Which what's it called? Era of music. Which, like, give me 3 composers that you like to see do a reunion tour. So give me, like, it'll be Baroque. You gonna do Baroque, sister? Baroque, classical, romantic, neoclassical, post-tonal. You gonna do post-tonal? Little Steve Reich. Who? Steve Reich? He's a clapping. Hold on, let me make sure, because you see, I wasn't paying attention to music.
Right, and now I'm looking dumb when y'all see how much I was paying attention to music history when I'm like, maybe
Steve Reich is low key kind of cool.
Maybe Jaskin and Shostakovich could do a reunion.
Steve Reich is low key cool because he does a lot of stuff like phases and like the clapping thing. And like, let me make sure he does a clapping thing. Yeah, clapping music for 2 musicians, and it's just like, oh, look at me go. He also, It's Gonna Rain. Okay. Get out in the house. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain down fire. It's gonna rain. You know the song? That got the song?
I was just dancing. But you said 3 composers?
Yeah.
Okay, so
reunion tour.
This is a little bit, I feel like this is kind of copping out. However, I'm going to choose some composers that are already grouped together. They weren't like a group, obviously, but they were known as the 5. But I'm going to choose the 3 actually relevant of them.
Aw, Mussorgsky's not one?
No, Mussorgsky is one.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 of them that I've literally never heard of.
He must shower before he comes.
I mean,
it's now 2019.
You open your mouth to sing in the mic, and now
it starts melting.
Stuff starts popping in.
Why is Mussorgsky singing? Oh, what kind of tour is this? Now they're doing Jackson 5 remix. Tchaikovsky and Mussorgsky.
Actually, Mussorgsky, now that I'm thinking about this, Mussorgsky can't kick rocks. He's not going to be in it. I know, but I mean, it was between him. Okay, who would you pick between him and Borden?
Borden got them Polynesian dances.
Oh, the Polynesian dance! I forgot about. Yeah, it's got to be Borden. Okay, I'm picking Borden, Rimsky-Korsakov, and of course Tchaikovsky.
Rimsky-Korsakov? Yeah, I do like him. Russian East Overture?
I was just about to say. It is. It is. It's slept on. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Scheherazade is just a legend. So
I can do with or without Scheherazade.
I don't think it's like, but I just think it's like.
It's like a what?
Oh. Like, I don't think it's like one of the best pieces of all time, but it just has like such a distinct, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, Scheherazade. Like, and especially because I just feel like Scheherazade would be one of the best or one of the most fun pieces to conduct. Like if I were a conductor, like that. I think you would like it because it's like loud and brassy.
I play Scheherazade.
Like that when the brass fanfare comes, that is just such like a heroic moment. It feels.
I play Scheherazade.
No, I just mean like I feel like you would like it more like as a piece because of that. But it's not. I guess it doesn't compare in terms of like loud and brassiness to compare to other things.
I also played Scheherazade when I was really young, so it's like that's some piece I need to like.
You didn't play it when Phil played it? Oh, they played it my freshman year.
No, I wasn't in the orchestra your first year.
Oh, you're right. I remember I actually was supposed to go home because it was like it was right before like fall break or something. I was supposed to go home. I stayed the extra night just to see Scheherazade.
Was it good? Probably.
Mm-hmm. And especially because in Kodak, because I feel like we forget how beautiful that hall is, but like just the two together, I was like, and I was new. It was like literally like 2 months in the Eastman.
Yeah, so you weren't damaged yet.
Right. Now I'm hanging on.
Shout out to Eastman.
My leg hanging on by one little ligament. And I'm like that crab that Tristan Thompson's supposed to be. The green one with the slime. Yeah, with the broken leg.
Okay, for me, I'm going Holst. I'm not.
Oh, I thought you said
I was not gonna say Holst after I dragged him. Like,
right. So what you said about him?
I low-key feel bad. I mean, it's true though, because I heard a little bit of St. Paul Suite. Jermaine posted the video, and I was like, I might could re-listen, but I told you there's a bunch of pieces I have to re-listen to.
Yeah.
I mean, I will not be moved on Brook Green Suite. That is trash.
I've never heard of it.
And good. That I will host, baby. What? Okay, so for me, I'm going after the 1900s. So reunion tour. All right, boom. I need Strauss. I need Mahler. And
hey, your eardrums okay already? Who else you got?
And Hindemith. Reunion tour with them.
But my eardrums.
Yeah, Mahler. It's gonna have to be like Hindemith in the middle.
That's gonna have to be like when you literally on your last legs of life and you've retired from viola. You don't need your hearing anymore. Like I was about to say, who's the third one gonna be? Just a stick of dynamite? Like
man, you put them together. Them two on a reunion tour. Them three on a reunion tour. And I feel like they will be low-key nice. I mean, Strauss, he's just down for whatever. We'll talk about him on a different episode. And Mahler went through a lot, so whatever. Hindemith, he fine. He wrote everything for everybody. So I feel like they would get along well. Traveling the country together, doing a little cute. Maybe have a little
texture, thick, 375-piece orchestra.
Yeah. Everybody loud, everybody getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Might even come a little dance routine for the girls. About
a hammer or two in there.
A little two-step. Yep. Okay, last one. Okay, so this week on Instagram, the Shade Room posted a video of Idris Elba. What'd I say?
Elba with the A. It's Elba with the E.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Listen, ain't nothing gonna beat my auntie who thought his name was Citrus Elba.
Black people annoy me in a way that I can't really describe. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull this up. Okay, so I'm gonna play a little bit of this so you can hear it. Do my thing, Sabi put me on the gram and a remix thing. Pull tight Wiley with the Pacino flow. Godfather part 2, call me De Niro. I came to wrap it up. Do my thing. Okay, so this was surprising to me because I had no idea he had the side of him. And also, we know Idris Elba for being an actor, right? So I want you to give me something from a composer that is outside of what they wrote that you would like to see them write.
So mine is, of course, rooted in Petty.
I'm ready. I'm all ears.
I would like to see a bass sonata from Richard Strauss, because here's where I have a bone to pick with him.
What? Careful what you ask for. You know that dude. You know how he wrote music? He put a big old staff on his wall and he took some black ink and he just went.
But you know what? That's how the third movement of Hindemith Sonata looks. But you know what? The reason why I didn't ask for a concerto is because that would literally be, there's no point to that.
You could just play Don Juan.
No, but I mean a bass concerto. Could you imagine something written by Strauss for bass and orchestra? You would need 17 pickups to be heard.
He having a full orchestra.
Because he's like, well, we might have 17 bass trombone parts.
And we could have 4 harps.
I mean, sousaphone is fine.
Not sousaphone.
Now he got the whole marching band up there along with the.
You're annoying.
Listen, Strauss is annoying. So, because I've had this issue with Strauss. I look at his music and I'm like, so you understand this is an orchestral piece, right? Because you have me all the way up in the stratosphere, which is fine. We play in the stratosphere. Like, I'm not saying I can't play up there. Mm-hmm. I just feel like there's an unspoken rule. You don't go past the harmonic G if you in orchestral music. And if you do, you must write as a sonata. We have no solo music. So I wanted to see, since you just so well versed in
he's clearly not well versed.
He's really not.
I have one little thing to say to you. Why violas gotta do that too? Why?
I'm like, I was practicing Heldleben the other day, and I was like,
I can't even. I'm sorry. I love that.
I mean, I think the excerpt sounds good. the piece weird.
Piece is weird.
The piece is weird, but I do think the excerpt sounds good objectively. However, I'm like, we don't all gotta play in unison. All of us.
And then okay.
All of us. Ba, da, 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 da. Like you couldn't have just da 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 ooh da 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 ba da 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 ooh da da like
he did that. I don't care.
It's lit, but also we all gotta do it.
But you also have to wait a minute to get there.
Yeah, but we also have Hail Neighbor 9. Do you guys have 9? Da, 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 da,
no, we don't have that one.
Da, 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 da.
But you know where I get mad when he goes to 93? He does. I don't know what that is. I think I talked about that before.
I think we do 9. We do 77. It's like no one in the middle. I think that we do.
There's maybe it's 77. I can tell you after. No,
that's 77 for us. I think
there's one at like 93. I'm pretty sure it's like 93. Okay. It's a mess.
Like. I only been 9. That's what I'm wondering right now. But that's when you get to open the C extension.
Okay, show out then.
Right. But I just want to see what you thought you knew.
Okay.
Because I just don't understand why he did. But he didn't write very much of that kind of stuff for anyone. I know he wrote a violin sonata. Other than that, I don't know if he wrote any other
really
type
like into like tone poems and stuff like that. Like that's. He wasn't really into solo music like that, so that makes sense.
I think that actually might sound cool if he really, gave it his best shot.
Well, Don Juan was his best shot, and here we are.
Wow.
Just kidding. Well, I don't like Don Juan, mainly because I don't like.
I think the only thing I played by Strauss was, I played 2 things. I've played Death and Transfiguration, and what's the other one that we just played? What is it,
girl?
We just played it. It's not Elsa Sprague.
Girl, I don't
know. I already forgot. I already done put that. The Rosencavalier. Yeah, I know you like the Rosencavalier.
And the Rosencavalier. That piece is well done.
Yeah,
that's actually really good.
Yeah,
and I don't remember complaining about playing
and
that.
The part is hard. Like I don't want to make it seem like I shy away from hard part.
No, that's not what I mean.
No, I'm not. I'm saying like to anybody who's listening who may think that, because and I mean I do complain about stuff is hard because it's hard. Dang, But also like the Rosencavalier is hard, but it also is written like I have a problem with people not writing for instruments and like not knowing what they're doing.
Exactly.
You can very easy. I don't know how easy this is to tell. It's probably easy in viola parts too because they play a very specific purpose.
Mm-hmm. That's why when I first started learning Don Juan, I was very upset because I was like, this is not what we do.
Exactly. Like I feel like it's very easy to tell for instruments that serve a very specific purpose that is not the melody, because it's very easy to tell like, oh, we have the melody, like that's what's going on. But when you write parts for instruments that don't function the way that they're supposed to, it's very easy to tell that you didn't know what you were doing. So I feel like I can tell like Mozart wrote cello parts and just put e-basso on it. You just slapped it on there because none of them are even written like bass parts at all. They're written like cello parts. Some things I'm like, this doesn't even make sense for us to do. But I feel like something like in the Rosencavalier, that doesn't seem to be an issue. Like it's a good bass part.
The Rosencavalier is hard, but it's also to me it's written really well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's hard to do, but whatever. Like,
I'm like I know you can do it. Why'd you drop the ball on Hillnleben?
Okay. To me, I mean, I don't really know. I have to look it up. But to me, the Rosencavalier is like Strauss, like a little bit more mature. I would say. I mean, I'm not a musicologist, and a simple Google search would help me stop talking about Nick. But that's just what it feels like.
All right, well, waiting for that bass sonata from you at the pearly gates or wherever you are.
All right. Anyway, something different that I like to see from a composer would be a viola sonata by William Grant Still. I actually really like William Grant Still. Shout out to me talking about him after Black History Month.
We talked about and that was before Black History. I was about to say, didn't we talk about him on our Black Composers episode? But that literally came out before Black History Month.
I don't remember.
It did, because I remember us talking about it and be like, why didn't we just wait?
Shoot, but I really like William Grant Still. A lot of people you might know that he's really known for doing a lot of work with spirituals. So I just feel like it would be really cool to have like a spiritual variations on a theme for viola. I think that would just be so freaking dope. It will showcase like the really like diverse nature of the viola, lots of singing qualities in the viola, rich sound, and then viola has a virtuosic side as well, but I feel like it wouldn't be too much because still don't do too much, you know, black people not trying to do too much,
right? just enough
So yeah, let us know what you think about these topics. I mean, we want to hear what you think about the Jordan Woods. If you care, let us know what you think about B2K. You buying your tickets, you wearing your K-Swiss and your jersey jackets,
right? Because Chingy gonna be there and Pretty Ricky.
I'm not going. I have no interest. I didn't listen
and
to
Mario.
I didn't listen to any of these people.
I listened to the only one that I would say I listened to like multiple things by is probably Mario. And then there are just hits that Chingy and Pretty Ricky is a little bit too vulgar for me, and I don't really like music that's be like I'm a digging yo and all that, and it's a bit much. But Pretty Ricky did have some Hotline, oof, and Lloyd. But I feel like, first of all, I don't like going to concerts of any kind, so I mean, I won't be there, but it's exciting.
But let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about what we said, and we are moving on.
Whew, all right, so yet another story, continuing with the news. So this story comes from the LA Times. It's basically just reporting on the lack of programming of Black composers, which is something we've talked about on the show before. And of course, you know, coming out of Black History Month, I'm sure people have been talking about this extensively, and I've seen a couple more concerts than I feel like I've seen in the past that program Black composers during this Black History Month. Because you know, we did one here, and then there was that one that Sterling was in, which I'm sure left everyone scalped.
Is the building still standing?
I mean,
I hope so, for his sake.
Exactly. And then there was another one with, I think, the Harlem Chamber Players. They did one, but the LA Phil recently performed Still's Afro-American Symphony. I think it's Symphony Number 4. I think like last week or 2 weeks ago, and it was conducted by Thomas Wilkins, who's a principal conductor of the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra.
And he's black,
right? And he's also the music director of the Omaha Symphony. And so we've talked a little bit about this when that whole thing about Florence Price came out. Upon reading the article, I don't think that they're very much like they're trying to push the narrative that like, oh, we dug up his works.
Yeah, and at first glance that's what I thought it was. I'm like, y'all are tired. Right. Also, he's known as like the dean of Black classical musicians.
Of all people to dig up, it's definitely not gonna be him.
It's not gonna be him. baby girl, it's not going to be him. Right. So I was like, so now y'all just saying whatever. I'm like, who proofreading these things? Your 7-year-old daughter? Who else? Dollar. Okay, girl, you know the hour late.
Yeah, but basically the article, I'm not gonna get too much into like the interview part of it because I mean, Thomas Wilkins might could be a guest on the show sometime in the future.
Hopefully, that'd be amazing.
All right. But it goes into like some of the ways that William Grant Still has influenced him in his life, like how his works have influenced him, and he seems to know like a lot about William Grant Still's life, and it's really cool to see like even people who are in the older generations that inspire us being inspired by like these composers. And yeah, so I hope to see some more of this programming. Just Black composers.
Just program us.
Yeah.
Period. There's always opportunities when you want to do Egmont. Yet again. Like there's so many times that you can program Black composers. And I just wanted to share like one of the questions that Thomas Wilkins answered, because it's a question that we ask our guests a lot on the show, and I thought that people might be interested to hear it. So they asked him, coming up in the classical world as an African American, what kind of prejudice and discrimination did you encounter and how did you handle it? You know, we asked, I think, every one of our guests that. So he said, I can't control what is in the heart of other people. I can only be responsible for when an opportunity presents itself to do the very best that I can. I'm sure that I have not gotten opportunities because of the color of my skin, or not been hired as a musician, or you hear me? As a music director or conductor. There's no way for me to prove that, and I can't spend a lot of time wallowing in that. I do have a certain degree of success. I have 4 jobs, and possibly that a lot. Oh, Chile. I cannot read it. It's late. And possibly that allows me to be a little more cavalier about it.
but I'm also a realist. It's incumbent on people like me who have degrees of success to do a good job so that people don't look at those who come after me and who look like me with a degree of suspicion in regard to intellect or ability. And I was like, what a word.
Yeah, that was great.
Exactly, because he touched on so many things. He touched on the fact that, like, it's not always something that you can outright prove, like, you know.
Right.
And that's what leads to people like the guy in the other article saying, well, y'all make everything about blah, 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 and what does this have to do with this and all that. But he also touches on the fact that, like, you hold such a big responsibility as a person of color in a position of power, in a higher position, to do a great job and to work, you know, twice as hard to get half as far.
Exactly.
And as a representative of your race, like, a lot of people will look at you and you'll be probably the only black person they've ever met.
Right.
And how they interact with you and how you act, just being yourself in your everyday life, is going to affect how they look at and how they treat other black people that they meet after you, which is crazy and a huge burden to bear that, I mean, we don't deserve, but
here we are.
Whew, right. On to some good news. I mean, that is good news that they programmed it, but I just mean on the note that I left on. Yeah. It's kind of heavy. But so violinist Ty Murray is going to be with the New Haven Symphony Orchestra.
Hey, girl.
Right. On Thursday, March 14th at 7:30 p.m. Y'all can buy your tickets in the link that I'm going to link in the description. So the program is as follows. Mozart Paris Symphony, which is 31. Oh, she's playing the Prokofiev Violin Concerto No. 2. I know that's a composer that you admire deeply.
What else she's playing?
I mean, that's all she's playing.
Oh, okay.
But you're also playing Barber Adagio for strings, which I don't like.
I don't like it either. I don't understand the obsession with it.
I mean, it's all...
It doesn't do anything.
I'm like, first of all, why all the whole notes got the boom boom on the side?
Right.
With the why does every note have to be 32 beats long?
Like, I don't like that piece. And, you know, like, I heard people, when I was younger, people would rave about it, like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. I got that junk. I said, this what y'all talking about?
Right.
I'm like, y'all bar on the floor. Like,
let me go ahead and whip up some Adagio for strings.
I could do that too. I could put a whole bunch of whole notes on some stuff and make it some counterpoint.
Right, and make it go up,
down.
All I do is go high.
Right. Tito, so do. I got you.
Not Tito, so do. And then last, but maybe last and least.
Wow. You are annoying. You are.
Oh, it's hard to.
I'm scared. What is it?
I don't know. It's not that bad. It's Haydn Symphony 102. Which I mean.
Why would you put a two classical symphonies in the same program? Who's writing this?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird to me.
It seems that what she's playing on the program is the best by far.
Which is terrifying.
By far. But I'm sure she's gonna be great. And her picture she has up here is she all glowing.
With her locks and stuff.
Right.
Go ahead, sister girl.
Sure, you better listen. Thursday, March 14th, get y'all tickets because I bet you they're gonna be sold out by the time this episode come out. The tickets range from $15 to $74, and it's $10 for college students, and kids are free with an adult. So bring your kids through, see some black excellence.
Bring Keisha and Ray Ray in.
All right. So next story. This is our penultimate story.
Come on, penultimate. I remember I learned that word in high school. Go to the penultimate measure. Mr. A was so extra. Right. Just say second to last.
What did I was teaching and I asked them to do the pickup. Some kids know I've been teaching, like reminding some kids what pickups are. And what is she? I'm not gonna say her name. She's a kid, but the one whose dad is in a frat. What did she call it? She called it something funny, and I didn't correct her, but someone else did, and then that's when I laughed because I was gonna be like, "It's a pickup." She called it something like a. I don't. Dang, it was so funny though. It was like a scoop up or something.
Come on, scoop up.
It was something funny. But anyway. So in this article, a study that was performed by They got so many acronyms in here. A community-based research institute at Roberts Temple College of Public Health and Social Work was found that ensemble-based musical instruction in after-school programs positively affects the behavior and development of school-age children. And they implemented something called Project Treble, which stands for Testing Resilience in an Ensemble-Based Learning Environment. And it was conducted on an after-school group of 180 children ages 8 to 17 over a 3-year period, which I was like, dang. Mm-hmm, yeah. And 178, I don't be in reading stuff. Well, I used to, but
studies be like, that's when she said PhD. I was like,
right, studies. Anyway, in 178 primary caregivers, and it was basically to see how these after school ensemble programs affected their overall competence, confidence, caring, character, and connection, which is known as the 5 C's. Mm-hmm. And by the end, it showed that the music education, through music education, the participants showed significant increases in all of the 5 C's, but particularly areas of character, competence, and caring.
Good. We need more competent people.
Listen, one of y'all little Ray from the after school program, can he run for office?
Right.
Because we might could use him.
Might could?
I mean, yeah. Definitely could. But I was thinking, like, this got me thinking about, like, how basically, like, how this sort of thing affected me. Like, did I feel those sort of effects when I was, like, in orchestra? And, like, what kind of, like, character building and, like, things, like, because I don't think they were doing things to specifically build these things. Mm-hmm. So I think that it was just sort of, like,
I mean, you have to read the study to
mm-hmm.
see.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But for me, I feel like it's more things that, like, you notice in retrospect, like how you could, like, sit down in a practice room for 4 hours mm-hmm. just because you have to, mm-hmm. like that kind of thing. Or, like, I don't know. I like to think musicians are really good people, those kind of things. Mm-hmm. So,
and I feel like it seems like some of these are really easy to see, like confidence. Some of y'all got that in droves. Mm-hmm. But things like connection, I could totally see it. Like, mm-hmm. even in myself, like, I'm thinking of, like, how many of these things I see in myself. Like, it's very easy to connect with other people, especially in, like, ensemble based things.
Right.
I feel like that's something that's very easy to see, like, in these kids, and especially in the character sort of thing. They're working with other people. They are basically one of the things that I felt that sort of instilled in me, like, being an orchestra and ensemble, was basically how my actions affected other people. Yeah. Like, you come to rehearsal not prepared, and now other people got to sit through while you learn your part. Right. That kind of stuff. But I put a quote from this article that I wanted to see how you reacted to, because I feel like when I read it, I was like, wow, I've thought about this exact same thing before, and I want to see what you thought. Mm-hmm. So basically it says, we are not concerned with trying to foster more professional musicians. We are concerned with creating citizens and future leaders of our communities through the enhancement of the complex skills used while practicing an instrument and performing in an orchestra-based ensemble. So they conducted this one at the Miami Music Project, which is a El Sistema inspired program. And I remember being in Yola and thinking, like, I know that Yola is not meant to breed professional musicians. I know that, but you have people here that do want that for themselves. Mm-hmm. And, like, where do you like draw that line, I guess, and put up that divide where, like, okay, we're gonna help you guys advance, or do you think that's, like, something that they should be doing?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's up to, and this is, like, kind of like some of the research I'm doing this semester. It's up to the it's up to the program to fulfill its vision statement, mm-hmm. right? So if it says it wants to foster citizens and wants to engage kids and whatever the vision statement is of the program, that's what they should live up to. However, mm-hmm. I do think they have
You think they have what?
I'm so happy. I'm overjoyed.
Girl, if I told you who that was, you'd be like, oh, never mind.
Okay, well. I'll continue because I think I know who it is. However, I do think they have like a moral obligation to you show kids this whole world of what classical music is, and like 3 of them are like, I want to do this for the rest of my life. Can you put them in contact with the sources that can help them get to that place instead of blindly leading them through this program thinking that they're going to get there through the program? Mm-hmm. You know, because the kids are like, I'm coming in, I'm playing violin. They don't know the underpinnings of what that means. They don't know that they're just that the people who are actually going to play violin are in private lessons, paying a lot of money. They have better instruments. They have all of these things. They don't know that. Mm-hmm. They don't know that. So I think it's the moral obligation of the program to ensure that happens. Right.
Because I was thinking of like, this is something that I thought about while in YOLA, because I talked a little bit about like learning your part and knowing that you are responsible in part for how rehearsals go and not letting other people in your ensemble down and that sort of thing. And I really felt that like quite a bit, because there were people that didn't want this for themselves, and there were people that did, which, you know, I fell into that category. But I was just thinking back to when, you know, we did an outreach concert and we talked about like, you know, some of those kids want to go into music, and you were talking about like wanting it for yourself, and if you can't see yourself, you know, without music, then you should go into music and that sort of thing. And I just thought that was a triggering question, especially like personally, and just like from now the standpoint of like teaching in a program of like, let me know what y'all think. Especially just because like we've seen that these programs benefit kids regardless,
right?
So but it's also like, well, sometimes like the kids that these programs serve definitely just don't have the resources that they need to like go beyond. So I definitely think that like if they have the means, if they have, you know, all that, they should really take an interest in those kids, because I've definitely seen people not do that, and it's kind of sad, because I'm like, now being on the other side of it, I'm like, I know what it takes to get to a place like this, and y'all just letting people go along and think that what you're doing is fine.
Yeah,
like that. I'm like, that's low-key sick, because like what, like you setting them up for heartbreak.
Exactly.
Like that's ridiculous. But yeah, so let us know what you think about that question, or it wasn't really a question, but I posed a question in response to it. So we're moving on to our very last article, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Okay, relax.
Oh, Chile. All right. So a couple days ago, I guess this is actually on the 25th of February. On the 25th of February, the Strad released an excerpt from their article, from an article in their February 2019 issue. And I've since realized that the headlines for the article and the excerpt are different, but they released this excerpt online, and they've since removed it, which is why I screenshotted it, because I knew from the second I saw that title, I was like, oh, they're getting backlash for this and it's getting taken down, so I'm gonna take some screenshots. But you know, if you want to read the article before we talk about it or anything, they took down the excerpt, so you can't read it unless you have the Strad in print or if you buy it. But lucky for y'all, we're at a school that has one of the biggest music libraries in the country, Eastman, stand up. And so I went to the library and got the issue in print and scanned it. And so I'm gonna link like a Google Doc with the full article and in the description, so you guys can read the article in full. But so I'm just give you all play-by-play of what happened. So they released the excerpt and shared it to their Facebook page, and the headline said, "Why do South Korean string players do so well at competitions?"
Which is already like a lot, but I mean, good thing it gets worse.
Right. So they released that with a caption basically saying that it was due to like tiger moms and the South Korean women's desire to find good husbands and all that. And I'm like, I will be damned if I spend 6 hours in the practice room for
fill in the blank.
I mean,
I can't even.
A man.
There we go.
So I'm to get a boyfriend.
No, it's a husband.
I mean, sorry, a husband. So even worse. Now, just a boyfriend that I'm contractually tied to
wash his drawers.
I mean, I guess not me, but South Korean women. But I doubt that they're doing it.
I doubt that they're.
I know they're not.
I saw the outrage go up, right? And like a friend of mine like wrote the strat and was like, "So what you not finna do?"
Right.
And I saw it, and I'm looking. I'm like, y'all are pathetic. You see companies get in trouble week after week, and it's the same sorry apology, and like now you have backlash and stuff like that. And there was not one person in that room that was like, hey, you know what? I don't think we should use the title or the subtitle. You know, maybe we should come up with something else.
And I know this is not what y'all want to hear. However, this is the reason why there is an issue with hiring companies. Like, I don't know all the demographics of everybody that works at the Strad, but this tells me something.
Exactly. Speaking globally, it's a problem when you don't have multiple people of color in the room.
This is exactly what happens because you guys don't think about stuff like this. Right. White people don't think about stuff like this. They just write whatever. Oh, that'll be fine. Not offensive to anybody. You have seen this happen. This is in the news every other week. Is somebody else doing something?
Exactly.
Every other week is somebody else doing something racially insensitive. And this is the issue with having companies that's just full to the brim with white people from the very top to the bottom.
Exactly.
Like, stuff like this happens. And it's ridiculous because this is so easily avoided. So easily avoided. And it was even easierly.
Come on, easierly.
Easierly avoided. Even more easily avoided when I read the full article, because the impression that this excerpt gives in contrast with the actual article is different. Which I think y'all set yourselves up for this because y'all was trying to be different,
trying to get clickbait, trying to have clout. Do I say clickbait? Yeah. I am trying very hard. Clickbait. Y'all trying to have clout. Y'all trying to make people, what did this mean?
Right.
Yeah. You got it.
First of all, you posted it on Facebook. You should have known people was gonna go in on you Facebook without clicking the link.
You should have put it on Instagram with no comments. Duh. So they got old white people working there. Aunties.
I'm sorry, aunts or ants.
Okay. All right. You are annoying. How about that?
You should have known. First of all, Facebook users not clicking on things. You should have known. First of all, even if they had clicked on it, you guys tried too hard to be trendy and clickbaity, and oh my gosh, look at little old us. We have an article here, and then this is what happened. It blew up in your face.
Especially like something like the Strat, like it's like a I don't know if I want to say prestigious, but for lack of a better word, it's a prestigious publication because it's like you can cite the Strat in APA format.
Yeah, I mean, like it is like
it's a prestigious. So and you have
y'all
all y'all trash
magazine. Y'all don't got no. I just don't get it. So in the full article, so I just want to remind y'all that the headline is why the South Korean string players do so well at competitions. So I went and got the article in print, and the headline for the actual article is "A Nation of Winners." So I was like, this don't seem, is this the right one?
Right.
You know, whatever. And basically, I found out that the person who wrote the article, she's a German, I guess she's a composer. And she studied.
Spill the tea. Who is it? I was playing.
Victoria with a K. Viktoria. You said spill it. Elizabeth with an S instead of a Z. Chile. Kaunzner. That NZN is what messed me up. Kaunzner.
You know, I don't know.
And she spent some time teaching in South Korea, apparently. And most of this article is actually praising them, because literally within the first couple sentences, she says the undeniable technical prowess and crucially musical sophistication of these young and ambitious instrumentalists is quite phenomenal. I'm like,
so which one is it?
Exactly. And what I feel like is so ridiculous about this is that you wrote an article and misrepresented it yourself.
Right.
Why would you? We're so used to saying things and people interpreting it differently than what we meant and all that. Why would you do this to yourself?
For clout.
Because and nobody cares that you wrote this full, because they have to buy it. Nobody cares that you wrote this full-length article and all these nice things that you said and how much you appreciate this Korean culture. Nobody cares about that because you should have known. You can't, and you shouldn't have expected people to care because people went in on the comments about how ridiculous it was, and it was.
It was, because absolutely.
How
dare you?
I'm thinking how I would feel if I see why the black string players
only play jazz.
Right. Because they mamas,
they single parents,
right,
and they daddies in jail.
They too busy getting our food stamps to take them to the what's her name. Nah, like, you know,
you have to be sensitive.
Exactly. How would you feel? I guess this doesn't apply to white people, but that's what I was thinking. How would I feel if people were bringing up stereotypes? They brought up the stereotype of tiger moms and this misogynistic foundation that they think that South Korea has. And, you know, I've never been to South Korea and all that, and I know she taught there or whatever, but still, you're not South Korean.
Exactly.
Just because you taught there don't
mean... You don't have... That don't make it all right for you to speak from. Make a South Korean write this.
Exactly.
And even then, I'll be like,
Right. Like, but I just don't understand why you would misrepresent yourself. And it's not even like the excerpt was an excerpt. Like, if all that stuff was in the article. So it's not like you didn't say that stuff, because she did say that stuff, but it was just poor everything on their part. And they released a statement, and this is what their statement said. It said, on Monday, the Strad...
I already don't believe that. They just went to the Gucci website and copy pasted that.
They just came from the Prada website,
or the H&M website before that,
right? Or who else?
Who how about who not?
Yeah, I was just about to say we didn't, cause
y'all are tiring. yo the government. Never mind. It's not a political podcast. The governor wife of that one. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the black.
No, hold on. Finish what you're saying.
It's funny because this is the second time that you stop me after 2 words and we go.
Oh, for real? Is that what? That's what happened this time?
Yeah, that happened after the black racist.
No, but what did you say this time? You were like,
on Monday. You were like, I already don't believe it. Listen, we you stopped after being like, this is not a political podcast. See, they probably thinking we behind the scenes, MAGA. Nah, absolutely not.
You a
classically black podcast
support. Okay, my mom would drive to Rochester.
First of all, my mom, are you right?
My mom.
Meanwhile, they carpooling. My mom like, you want me to pick you up on the way or?
Okay, Virginia First Lady handed out cotton to African American children.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Y'all are
pathetic.
It's 2019. We will never bounce back from this. At this point, it's far too late. I'm sorry. It's late, so I'm not optimistic. Maybe ask me again tomorrow.
You're right. Y'all talk about how far
in the year of our Lord 2019. Y'all had no
2019. Wow, ridiculous.
Okay, 2019. We finally see progress.
Listen.
And y'all think it's because they give us these little fellowships and we can drink out the same water fountain? Sorry, what you saying? Sorry, Delaney, what you saying? Go ahead, girl.
All right, so the Strad, talking out their neck, said on Monday, the Strad posted an extract from a new article on string teaching in South Korea on our website, written by Victoria Elizabeth Counsner.
Yes, cite her. But Strad, you still had to publish it. My professors be telling me about how they have to get stuff published and how the person reads it and sends it back to them and be like, no.
A violinist who has spent many years teaching in South Korea, irrelevant. The article explored the reasons for the recent successes of Korean violinists in string competitions worldwide. For the most part, we believe the article is a sensitive and informative piece about music education and life there. Meanwhile, I've already talked about this. Don't matter what the whole article say. You posted an excerpt, you misrepresented it, or
exactly. Also, there's plenty of people working here, and nobody said nothing.
Right.
But okay.
It says, however, we wish to apologize for the offense cased. I mean, you're literally a magazine proofread that was supposed to be caused, but the offense cased by a 2-sentence snippet posted on social media. Doesn't matter how long it was. Exactly. See, this is a non-apology.
This is not an apology.
We believe that it was a sensitive and informative piece. However, we wish to apologize for the offense caused by a 2-sentence
I'm
snippet.
sorry you felt mad.
Right. That's
y'all. Y'all are pathetic. Y'all don't even try no more. Just be racist. Y'all just what the heck? What the hey? Just say whatever.
Not what the hey. A 2-sentence snippet posted on social media, which we accept, was misjudged.
No, it wasn't. We read it and understood it.
Right. First of all, misjudged by who? Now, so listen.
What it blood? Sorry. My mom listened to this.
We also wish to stress that none of the competition-winning artists pictured throughout the article has any personal connection with Kauntner or her research. We appreciate all comments and messages received in connection with the article and will aim to uphold the high standards expected of us in the future. Now,
yeah, y'all have a stride.
Right. So the piece, first of all, the 2-sentence snippet was misjudged, and not just that, but the whole excerpt that you published. So you're a magazine. You have editors, people that their job is to edit.
And nobody stopped you and be like, you know what? This seemed a little okay. And say whatever like you have, because of what I couldn't say. Remember the thing that happened with the BET thing with Nicki Minaj? Mm-hmm. It's like there's probably only one social media person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they probably not checking what they post. But even still, I feel like this whole thing is a mess. I feel like it was just because even if you're a social media person, you should be, that's probably a younger person, or that's not necessarily, but you should be even more hyper aware of what's going on.
Exactly.
So
y'all must diversify your companies like this, or else this is gonna keep happening to you.
Exactly.
Y'all can go through that diversity training and all that. I don't know if they're required to do that sort of thing, but if you are, it ain't Starbucks. Working. Mm-hmm. If you are, it ain't working.
Yeah, there gotta be a place where they just like, there has to be someone whose job it is to drum up these paragraphs to fake apologize. Mm-hmm. And then people like Starbucks, H&M, Prada, Gucci, let's go over there and get the paragraph and post it to the Instagram. I mean, because what else could it be? Y'all all sound the same. Pathetic.
Right, and then y'all post to her.
We sorry we hurt you. No, we sorry that you feel this way.
Right.
Y'all.
Sorry that you misjudged what we said.
Wow. I am flabbergasted.
Sorry that you read a 2-sentence snippet and decided to judge our whole.
I'm still on that.
Right, because that was
low-key, matter.
Yeah, that was low-key backhanded. Like, well, you didn't read the whole article. Not everybody gonna buy the whole strat just to read an article.
Exactly.
That it's your job. It is your job to represent your company the way that you want to. And y'all threw her name out there like whatever, but y'all let her in the magazine. Exactly. Y'all printed it.
You talking about two sentences like one word doesn't berate our entire people. You're annoying. What's
okay? MLK moonwalking in his grave right now. Like
he moonwalking in his grave.
Oh, hold on. Let me write that down.
We're recording.
Let me write that down. What you say?
We say it again for the recording.
People. Say it again for the people. Katie Brown. What she say? Oh my.
Now I gotta edit all this out. You are so annoying.
Listen, we just need to make this classically Katie podcast, and I'll just edit it. Because what do I have to? What can I even say?
Are you done?
What can I even say?
Are you done?
This is a shock.
I don't know why.
Wow. All right. So, I mean, that's the end of our news segment. The Strad is. I was just about to say the Strad is trash. I'm
not going on record for that. I'm still trying to get a job.
And also, because it's a whole magazine. Y'all just made a dumb.
And the Strad is not trash.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole magazine. It's getting late. We just throwing around words at this point. Because they're not trash, but like
they're not trash.
Y'all.
I mean, but keep on and we can talk. Don't do it again.
So the Strad don't think before they speak. Katie just weeks, throwing out gems.
And we're moving on.
And we're moving on to Black Excellence.
All right, y'all. We're moving on to Black Excellence, where we hype you up, gas you up, and give you your props because there's room for everybody at the top. This week, we talking about Kyle Dickson, my dear friend. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
I met Kyle at Gateways 2 years ago. He was in my quartet. He was playing Ravel. And I swear Kyle did not like me. Like, I don't care what he say. I don't care. Because he'll be like, no, I swear you ain't like me. Because we both have, like, strong personalities. Mm-hmm. So we like, I feel like we do this way. And I'm like, well, I feel like we should do it this way.
Oh, here we go.
And he had an attitude. And then, like, literally, like, he had an attitude. I don't care what Kyle's saying. Because, like, would I ever have an attitude? No, little me. So then, whatever. We figured it out. And, like, we would just keep keying the rest of the week. Like, he lives in Chicago. He was at my birthday brunch. Like, I just love Kyle down. Like, I love me a good brunch. You annoying. That brunch joke. But yes. So, Kyle, he's from Detroit. Stand up. He went to Winans Academy of Performing Arts and then went to Michigan State University where he studied music ed and violin performance. He then got his master's degree from DePaul in violin performance. His first job leaving Michigan State University was the director of orchestra at the MLK Education Center Academy. I'm laughing because he's like, Black people always gotta have long names.
Right. Would I tell you my home church, New Mount Calvary Missionary Baptist Church? Mm-hmm. It's a mouthful.
First Church of God Christian Life Center.
I'm telling you.
Like, shout out to Pastor Dillard.
Wait, what denomination? What?
I'm Church of God.
Oh, okay.
So after leaving DePaul, he got the Chicago Symphonietta Fellowship. That's what Caitlin has. I think he had that while he was at DePaul. He got the Grant Park Music Festival Fellowship, where you do those 6 weeks in Chicago performing with the Grant Park Orchestra. He's also an avid orchestral musician, so he's played with the Rochester Symphony in Michigan, Quad City Symphony, Grant Park Symphony, Lansing, and also, of course, like I said, Gateways. Hey. He was a solo at MSU. He soloed with the Undergraduate Chamber Symphony, MSU Concert Orchestra, the Detroit Festival Camerata, and most recently the Chicago Symphony. Yeah, when I saw him up there, just whoa, I was like, go Kyle. He's also a member of the Crossing Borders Piano Trio. So they recently did a residency in Singapore. This was like back in September. While he was there, he was a guest conductor with the University of South Asia.
Listen,
like he just
I must be out here like y'all because I just can't.
When I tell you I'm not
keep
even
up.
done, I'm not done. Like
there's more.
Yes. How do y'all? Okay. Meanwhile, my resume.
First of all, ain't that only 24 hours a day?
First of all, you can write my resume on a napkin.
All right. Meanwhile, you know them little post-it notes, not regular size, like the
little one. Yeah, you can
actually. You know the ones. It's like to use a tab in your binder. It's like just a little strip.
You know the thing you get in a fortune cookie. That's what my resume could fit on.
Right, I mean,
maybe. Yeah. Kyle's the music director.
Meanwhile, I just forgot did you just get a whole spread?
Can we talk about Kyle, please? Kyle's the music director of the Chicago Soloisti, which is his personal orchestra, chamber orchestra in Chicago. They've given master classes at IU South Bend. Shout out to Jason. And chamber music. They did a chamber music residency recently at Maine West High School. Kyle's an avid teacher, so he's faculty at the New Music School. And he's also the artist in residence at the Hyde Park Youth Symphony. So
go ahead then.
Go ahead, boy. You better be out here. Kyle is just like fantastic. I love his personality. We both like when we link up, we'd be like Cal, Katie. You know, this is
not Cal.
I cannot say that's a hard word. That's a hard name for me to say, Cal. But I love you down, Kyle. I'm so proud of you. We'll link Kyle's socials in the description box so you can go check him out, see what he's up to because strapping. It's a lot.
So right, just make sure you can keep up. So turn post notifications on
or off depending on your
right
blood pressure.
You don't want your battery to die because you just it's just constant notifications
winning,
coming in. You in Egypt this week and then now you in Florida and
they launched an orchestra fellowship on Mars
and first violinist on the moon and I just
but yes, Kyle, go check him out. We love you down, and we are moving on to Piece of the Week.
All right, so
here you go. I'm already nervous because y'all can't see Delaney, but just know.
So I'm sure those of you that follow us on our Instagram account saw the famous quote by Katie Brown about Holst, who wrote this little ditty about some rocks in the sky, and now for some reason y'all can't let him go.
I mean, these are the questions I have.
Well, so we started talking about Holst, and we were like, what did he write? He wrote the planets. Okay, sure, right. Fine. And when you look up what Holst write, they list all the movements separately. I'm like, that don't count.
That was the most trifling thing I have ever seen. You know what they look like? It looked like when you trying to get 1,000 words and you just start saying the same. Well, he wrote the planets, but he wrote Venus and Mars. Right. I was like, y'all have got to be playing. Like, they did you dirty. Holst gonna be waiting for y'all.
And we were like, yeah, so he wrote that, but he also wrote St. Paul Suite. And I know you said you had to re-listen to it. But I remember St. Paul Suite because it's one of the first like actual pieces that I played that's like not an arrangement of something. Mm-hmm. And I remember it. So it actually coincidentally, I guess my FBI agent heard us talking about it, and he put it on my recommended on YouTube. First time I ever listened to St. Paul Suite in a while. So I was just gonna listen to 1 and 4, but I listened to the whole thing through. And then when I was listening to the 4th movement and the Greensleeves melody came up out of nowhere, I was like, nah, hold up. Holst did that.
Okay, I listen again, because I do love me a good Greensleeves.
I love it. First of all, the bass part is really good because it's like, we're not just holding it. Like, it is very like, I guess we're not holding like a 1-note drone. Like the what am I trying to say? Like the harmonic changes are like just really in there. Like he starts it off all like thin, so basses are not playing, and then all of a sudden we come boom, 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 boom. It's just great.
I'll listen to it.
Picks up the bottom, like it's just. So I feel like Holst did that. I know, like, okay, he didn't write Greensleeves or whatever, but he used it right. Like it was just great. So specifically the 4th movement of St. Paul Suite is what I'm talking about, and it has that bass solo. It's a duet with bass and concertmaster. Oh, cute. Yeah, it's cute. But at the end. But I mean, I'm gonna link the whole suite because like all the movements are cool or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's the last movement. It's just, I love Greensleeves. It's a weakness. But yeah, St. Paul Suite.
Thank you for listening to Classically Black Podcast. What is the name of our show? Thank you for listening to Classically Black Podcast.
Or Linguistically Black Podcast. Or Politically Black Podcast.
Classically Black or Blake, depending if you're Delaney. Podcast. What you mean?
Oh wow. Okay.
Don't forget to follow.
It's Classically Blake.
Don't forget to follow us on social media at Classically Black Podcast. Don't forget to check us out on all social media platforms, what's this called? Podcasting platform at Classically Black Podcast. If you have questions, you have intermission ideas, if you have episode ideas, Black excellence, most importantly, please email them to us at classicallypodcast@gmail.com, and we will talk to you next week.
All right, bye y'all.
Bye. Gang gang.